What up, humans of the internet, aka home, staying at home? Karibuni, the morning vibe, afternoon vibe, the vibe. It's a vibe. We're all about the vibe. I'm your host, Prince of Africa, aka Kim Thiru Mungai. I am here with this guy. Oh wait, I got it right for once.
Yeah,
I got it right for once.
yeah. So you're not that dumb. You're not wet between the ears.
What up, Mike? How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Chilling. And of
How you
course,
holding up?
trying to. We're here, just quarantining.
Quarantine.
Quarantines. And then we have the amazing Jenny, aka Skinny. How you doing, my dear? Karibu.
What you doing, man?
What's up, Jenny?
What's up, Mike? How you guys doing?
Good. Actually, I've missed you, babe.
I know this quarantine is not good for us. It's not good for us.
We just need to be together.
I know. The way this year started is not the way this quarter is showing up. It's bad, man.
You know, so Mike, just a quick background. We were together over New Year's. We spent 2 weeks together?
Practically, yeah.
Practically 2 weeks together.
Damn.
And I mean waking up in the same same house, everything. We're together for those 2 weeks. It was crazy, man. We this is my babe, this is my bitch right here. This is my girl. Huh?
That's your main.
One of the main.
Man. We have to hold it down.
For those guys who don't know who Skinny is, introduce yourself. I don't know why I'm doing it for you.
My name is Jenny Muigai, aka Skinny Filmmaker. I'm a writer, director. I've worked on a lot of great things that you've probably watched.
Tell us.
I've worked on Rafiki, Stories of Our Lives. I was the first AD on Pombe Sigara and Overdose. I directed Kama Kawaida, Elani's latest video, Joto, Modoni's, a bunch of Modoni, the Drama Queens videos. I'm just that chap, you know?
Man, you're a big deal.
How the Sora.
Right,
you're
cool.
a big deal.
So we're going to jump into our first topic of the day. Mike, what's going on, bro? Tell us.
The rat is out. Since it's a year of the rat is out. Tekashi 69 is finally out. Compassionate release because he has asthma, and he's such a nice and pleasant snitch that they let him out.
Where is he going?
See, the rat always has a place to go, right? There's the church mouse, the other guy. Hey, the chap will find a warm bed to sleep in. Don't worry.
I bet you there's a guy in a full hazmat suit with an AK just waiting for him somewhere.
No. I think the devastation has already landed. Whomever he snitched on, and at this point, it's okay, so do I battle Tekashi 69 or do I battle Corona?
Oh no, they'll wait. But they might try and get him during this time because no one expects people to be out there,
Exactly.
Yeah,
so they might get him now.
Americans are everywhere. Americans were in the beach, in the beach, in the water, right by the beach, bro.
Yeah. You know what? They will send. There used to be this guy who was called Wayne Perry. He was in DC. Wayne Perry. That guy was so gangster. If a hit was put out on you and he was a guy to execute, he'd come and even sleep under your car the whole night and wait for
that's
you.
Commitment, bro.
Hey, he's a boogeyman in DC.
that is literally what we mean.
Can you imagine dating such
he's in prison now.
Commitment. Baby, where you at? I'm under your car.
No, he's in prison now, but he was a gangster. He's the boogeyman. You know those stories that you hear?
Yeah.
He's the wake of DC.
Riamiti.
Actually, don't speak about people coming out.
Tell us, are you coming out?
want the world to know. Tell us.
Hey. No, so Netflix is Money Heist, aka The Heist, aka Casa de la Pelle, is out.
Ah,
Binge worthy time.
season
I'm
3,
watching
right?
that today.
Yeah, season 3.
Can I tell you guys something?
Mm.
Tell
Husband
us.
never watched it. Not a damn episode, not a single season, not anything.
You should.
Will society accept you really?
I know,
I
right?
don't know. I don't know.
I
I
feel
gave
like
up
you
on
should just end.
Thrones like in season 6. Like I'm a real heathen. As a filmmaker, like a lot of people would be really mad at me. Like, yeah. I gave up on
Like,
Breaking Bad at some point.
I wasn't a
Not
oh
a,
fan
wow.
of Breaking Bad. I actually like
you
I know
were. You
Sorry?
were.
I wasn't a
It
fan
was
of
a
Breaking
good
Bad.
show. It's a fantastic show. But like I
No,
guess
I was
I
a
don't know.
big fan.
I don't have that thing where I'm just like, oh my god, this show, I must watch it. It's like,
Is
Oh
that
no,
no
I
show?
do.
Wait, Jenny, is
I
that no
do.
show that's happened? Like, there's no show
huh?
that you. Is there any show that you've watched and been like, oh my god, this is a shit?
Not one that has ran consistently or as long as a lot of these shows have ran. There was a show that was in production, I think, in 2006 or 8, like, and it was called The Black Donnellys. It had number 13, this chick Olivia Wilde, right?
Mhm.
And her name in the show was called she was called Jenny, right? Oh, right.
Yeah, that's why.
One season of some mafia show about this Irish mafia family. It was a really like obscure one-off show. That show I watched every episode like back to back, like 3 times.
Oh, really?
That was one of the shows. If there was a second season, I would have loved it. I would have probably like binge watched it over and over again. But like, there's no show that's been like must. Yeah.
Which is weird because, like, like you said, you're with your background and what you do working with. There's the assumption that you'd be watching a lot of these things,
Yeah,
But I
but
guess,
I don't have the privilege of being just a pure audience member, So
yeah,
yeah, so like I get really tired of like certain types of dialogue. I get tired of like shots. I get tired of certain plot lines that I'm just like, oh, I can see where this is going, and so I'm just like, call me in season 3 when there's a whole new like
yeah.
storyline that I.
I
But
think
that happens with TV shows. It doesn't really happen.
it comes with the territory.
Yeah.
It comes with territory. Like, I don't think there's a DJ who would want to go back home and, mix.
I constantly listen to mixes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there are shows I love. Like, I love Game of Thrones.
Oh, I got tired of that one.
I love
Like,
Game of Thrones.
as a writer, I was like, this is unfair, even for the writer. Like, the only people that are enjoying this are the guys in production, like the guys who are making money from the show being made, right?
Yeah.
But everyone else along that chain is really not that. Like, how many people were killed? And you were like, every season you started the season being like, I will, my people will, we shall. Oh, even the dragons, no one was safe.
That's
Fuck
true.
that.
Yeah, man. That was the beauty.
I was just like,
Yeah, that was the beauty.
That was the beauty. Like,
No.
when they killed Ned Stark.
No, that was warranted. The deaths up until season, I think 6, were warranted when George R. Martin had written like all the canon, right? Everything that was written specifically for TV, fuck that bullshit. I was just like, man, Atina, all of a sudden there's a guy on a boat who shoots a spear, and then it hits the dragon and the dragon dies after all those seasons. Wow. Wow.
It had, can I tell you guys something funny or something awesome? So in deck, was it in deck? Yeah, in deck, my sister was visiting. So me and my sister, and then she met up with her friend. So we're sitting and we're having like lunch. It was late lunch. And then she keeps on checking whatever watch, and she keeps talking on phone. Then she goes like, oh, that package is finally here. She goes and gets the package and brings it back. Do you know in that package, there was a nomination. The hubby was nominated for what? Was it audiovisual or what was it? Game of Thrones, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was an Emmy nomination.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, God damn, that's a big deal. That's why you're on phone all the time.
Yeah, man. That's
Yeah.
like there's certain like there's certain nominations or like accolades that you get as a filmmaker that you kind of want to like show off. So like I would rather get like a daytime Emmy or like an Emmy period, right?
Yeah.
Rather than like shooting for the Oscars, because the Oscars is such a weird pool. You know,
It's rigged.
Same.
It's no
I think
longer
it's
an
rigged.
accolade to like aim for. You
Yeah,
know, no one's really going for the Oscars. You know, a lot of filmmakers are going for either winning the what is it called? Guy Jesus, that one, that French one.
Like for me,
Yeah,
for me as an actor, like for the longest, of course, as an actor, you always want to have like the Oscars, because the Oscars are always like your number one thing.
yeah.
But the more I now see the winners of the Oscars and like their films, like like the film that won the Korean one, the South Korean one that won the other
Parasite.
Parasite.
And granted, it's well written, it's well shot, but like I wasn't so jazzed by it. I was just like, okay, I'm watching it because it's an Oscar film. But like for me as an actor, I don't know if like the Oscars, of course, Oscars are gonna be. I'd love to win an Oscar. Don't get me wrong. I'd honestly love to win an Oscar.
Who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't, yeah, right? But like the other awards, I'd rather have, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that in terms of your craft mean a lot more than like the hype of an Oscar.
I think
get what you're
Emmys
saying.
are big.
Yeah, it's like saying, it's like
especially with the way television has moved now.
Yeah.
Like people are making films, right?
Yeah.
On television,
Yeah.
every episode of like shows like High Fidelity, right, are masterpieces of film, right? It's just that now I don't have to go, or I don't have to wait years before I see Zoe Bella Kravitz on a screen,
Yeah.
and she doesn't have to work her way up doing random little films or like random genre films. Like say for example, as a Black woman, you have to do as a Black person, you have to do a slave film or like some sort of like slave-like film to win an Oscar.
or do a Tyler Perry movie.
No, you can't win an Oscar on a Tyler Perry movie.
No, you can't. You can't.
It's either slavery or the civil rights movement as a Black person, right? That's how you win an Oscar, right? Or you do
Jenny.
a biopic of a
Yeah.
Black singer, or like,
Jenny.
that's the only way.
Since you understand hip hop, right?
Yeah.
You remember when Jadakiss did Why?
Yeah.
And he asked, like, why did Denzel have to be crooked for him to win an Oscar?
Yeah.
I always feel like it's rigged. It has to be something, very.
It has
very
to be
out
something
there.
stereotypically like your race or your thing, right? And that's why, like now, if you look at over the last couple of years, like even with the Oscars, right? There's been a surge of foreign films, that are, like, all of a sudden, we are listening, we are watching some guy from Iran or some, like, yet in those regions, those are like,
they're known.
filmmakers. Those are people doing their thing. It's like all of a sudden they come and pick, like, say for example, Best Friends, and not to knock on that film or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then they say that was the best film made in. Everyone around you would be like, even you guys would be like, no, there are a whole bunch of other films that have been made that I think that's the thing with the Oscars. It's a lot of hype because it's the biggest industry, right?
I'm actually glad that you brought up hip hop. So the other day, DJ Styles did Nyashinski Vs Kaligraph live.
Hold on, let me put on my lights. This is some craziness.
Go on, go on.
So I want to ask this. Okay, actually, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this properly. All right. Mike.
Yeah.
Mike. Who's between Yash and Sally as you switch off your camera?
No, don't worry. I don't know what was happening.
I don't know why you keep disappearing. It's all good.
I'm here.
All right. So, Nyash, Kali. Choose one.
You know, I'll say not in the same breath, but I'll say this. You remember when people were comparing Biggie and Tupac? At times, I think when it comes to, let me use this for now. When it comes to hip hop, don't compare some artists, you know, like the mumble rappers. You can compare and go like, okay, this mumble rapper is better than this other mumble rapper, you know. Like for Nyashinski and Kaligraph, they're two different artists. You know, Nyashinski is more of a versatile artist, while the OG is a hip hop artist, you know, like proper hip hop artist.
I think that's unfair to say. I think that last bit, I was with you until that last bit.
Jenny, chill. Chill.
You know, I feel like
I'm about to.
Yeah, this is just my opinion. I feel like Kaligraph is more hardcore hip hop, you know.
Okay.
While Nyashinski is more of, I think he oscillates between the commercial and hardcore to some extent.
Okay. So let me ask you a question.
But it's more versatile.
Jay-Z to be a hardcore rapper?
Sorry?
Would you consider Jay-Z to be a hardcore rapper?
He's both. And so he knows how to.
He's more Nyashinski than he is the OG.
Sorry?
So he's more Nyashinski than he is OG.
No. He's more the OG. He's more the OG as opposed to, you know what I say?
You see why I'm saying it's unfair to like put that label on it? Because I think I feel like that's a very subjective point of view, right? And I was with you up until you got to that point, right? For me, I can't compare them until I see them battle each other, right? Then I'll know definitively, because, right, like as rappers, you can be good with your hooks, you can be good on a freestyle, you can be good with your, right? And then you can give us that as your style, right? However you decide to mix and match those things, right? We've never seen them on equal footing, right? We've seen Nyashinski go from being in a group to being the hook guy in a group to being his own standalone artist, right? And he's holding his own bars and these little poppy love songs that, you know, everyone likes, right? Yeah. And we're also seeing the same thing with the OG, right? It's just that he has been more consistent with the hardcore rap. Yeah. But he's also given us like bangers that are really poppy. Like that song with Masauti. I will listen to his verse, right? Kaligraph's verse over the whole song. Like take me straight to Kaligraph's verse on the song with Masauti, right? That song with that new jam he's just dropped with Ice Prince also, right? Yeah. I haven't heard it. Fire. Oh, you should listen to it, right? And that's what I'm saying. To me, they're both massive like phenomenons in our music industry, and they've held their own. So until I see them battle, then I'll be like, Nyashinski is a better or Kaligraph. No, here's the thing. I didn't say who's better. In terms of versatility, is that Nyashinski can actually also sing as well as rap very well. Yeah. But the OG cannot sing. I can't say he can sing. We don't know that. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So far, in his body of work,
actually,
he's only put out hip hop.
Mike, let me cut you short. Sorry to cut you short, but he's not your typical. Yeah, fine. He's not as range-wise as good as Nyashinski is singing. That I agree. But he can sing. He has tracks where he actually has sang Some
like
of them.
held like a melody. Yay!
Yeah, he held like a melody over here. The
Yeah.
song he did with and I forgot it. No, it wasn't Sauti Soul. There's a song he did and I can't remember what it was. I did. Anyway, this conversation can go very long. So guys watching at home, please comment below on who you think is your, favorite person, calligraph or thingy. First of all, Jenny, you've become darker than me. Where have you
Yeah,
disappeared?
man.
Yeah.
I'm looking this blue. I'm like,
Why,
this is
why did you
crazy.
switch off your lights?
Why did I switch off my lights? I switched them on.
Switch them
This is
off.
the downside, bro. This is the
You
problem of
switched on your
living
lights and became darker.
Yeah, I live on the other side of the sun.
Oh
You know?
my God.
Once the sun goes down, I'm just like, no.
All right, Jenny,
Yeah.
you're dealing with the situation.
Yeah,
Basically, but so we're about to end the show, but I wanna end the show on chatting about like the creative industry right now, and how it's this whole Corona vibe has really turned over how things are done now, So I wanted to what is your perspective of the current situation of how has it impacted you, and two, how do you see the future happening?
First of all,
Where are you? We can
where
see.
am I? Where you at? Nigga, where you at? I don't even know. Okay, so
No.
there's no place. I
There.
just need light.
No, go back a bit. Go back a bit.
Back a bit.
No, go stand. Keep going. No, there was somewhere. There was somewhere.
It was just the light.
Go back. Go back.
Wait.
Yeah.
So, I happy now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
so,
much better.
okay. So personally, it's weird, because I can work from home, but I can only do one part of my job from home. So there are a lot of things now that are pending. So that's up in the air. You're like, okay, so how much longer do I have to sit in the house under the pretense of, yes, I will finish some work, or I will finish the rest of my projects or whatever, right? But then the question then becomes, will they be done? Will I even get a chance to go out there and get them done? And then that now becomes, will I pay my rent this month? Will I, will I be able to, So this virus is not a joke, and it's affecting a lot of people more so in more ways than we think. And I think what we as people need to focus on now is like how we deal with the welfare of others, right? And how our policies affect general welfare in general, right? So like, do we even have a system in place for unemployment? Do we have a system in place for just ways of getting certain industries out of like death spirals like these, so like so like, how are we helping ourselves even after a crisis? Because I know we're gonna survive this, right? Like, humans are foolish, yes, but we're not foolish enough to kill ourselves off,
True.
So majority of us will stay in the house, we'll flatten the curve and whatever, but like, this should make us more attuned to how we policy welfare,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. So do you feel like now this will change the way the creative industry is in Kenya? Just in Kenya, in the world.
The world. Yeah. I guess a lot of people are now starting to realize that this is an actual skill rather than just a thing that you do. I think a lot of content creators are now being challenged to like look into what actual content looks like, and how to get over certain technological humps that usually before they'd be a guy. I'll just call a guy,
Yeah.
So us guys who are called to fix these things, there's a value that now people will start to notice. And I hope that will
I feel
translate.
I feel like Corona has rewritten the rules in terms of so many things, huh?
Yeah.
And for, you see, people in your industry, the creative world, it's kind of hard to actually operate right now. Regardless of what you try and do, it's very hard to operate. So I think maybe this is an opportunity to actually come up with a way of trying to, you know, make do with certain situations or smart ways of actually working.
And also a way for us to sustain our industry when certain things happen, right? So like, for example, if you look at the way there's like content, for example, now with Kenyan is on a slow, right? A lot of people have flocked to all the platforms to sort of like keep people's attention, right? But that's not real. That's technically, that's not content creation, right? So we don't have ways, we don't have a stable way of creating in our industry. And I think that's a thing that a lot of people need to start looking into, you know? And I think for me personally, that starts with collaborating.
I agree 100%. I think that's the most, I love that you said that collaboration part. And I believe that is the only way to make it in this whole place. Sadly, we've come to the end, like time-wise. But so Jenny, last comment, or anything that you want to tell the people out there?
Stay in the house, keep a licking to a minimum, watch as much content of ours, Kenyan, rooted first, before you go and watch everything else. Engage with content creators so that they know what kind of content you want. This is a time to curate as both the audience and as the content creator. And also just hit me up if you're looking to talk, you know, let's do it.
Hey, look at you shooting. Look at you shooting. All right, Mike, any last comment?
Oh yeah, just ensure, you know, that there's social distancing and just look out for one another. There are people who need help right now.
Perfect.
There are people who are, you know, on their knees right now because, I mean, they're out of work. You know, just help where you can.
Okay, I like that. Jenny, it was so good to have you on the show. I really, really appreciate you. I miss you so much. You know what? We might just have you back again. You know,
let's really do this, man. In fact, let me know in advance so that I can kit my house out and get better lights and things.
Clearly.
Yeah. You know, my house is not set, so it's like making myself look bad.
You're not. But we'll continue this offline.
We better. Yeah,
we will. All right, guys. So remember to subscribe. Remember to, actually, Skinny, what are your handles?
I only appear on only one platform. I'm on Instagram, and even that, I'm barely on that. But if you want to talk, we can. It's at Skinny Filmmaker, one word, Skinny Filmmaker.
Perfect. That's it. Once again, don't forget to subscribe. Please share with your friends. Let them know what's going on. And we'll see you on the next vibe. Deuces. Oh, wait. You remember, you are loved, cherished, cared for, and blessed. Okay, now bye.
Now bye.